Senate, District 23. It's the largest district and, of course, encompasses Laie. And we wanted to talk to two of the candidates today. To my immediate left, we have Richard Fale. He is a Republican candidate and a current state representative. And we also have Gil Riviere. He is the Democratic candidate for this office and is also endorsed by the current person holding it, which would be Clayton He. Good morning to you two gentlemen. Thank you for being here today.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. You know, I think so many people have been talking, and it's been such a hot button issue here, is about what to do with the future of this community. And I'm talking specifically about development. And I wanted to start with Gil and talking about Envision Laie. And this is something that you're actually opposed to. You want to keep the country is what my understanding is.
I want to provide appropriate economic opportunity for our future kids, for our generations to come. We grew up in a great place where the folks that have grown up here appreciate what it is, and there's a great concern about finding a good way forward. So I'm supporting economic development that will stimulate agriculture, use our ag lands for ag, things like that. Housing should be in the urban areas, what are already there. For example, Laie has a plan from 20 years ago where they were going to build 550 homes within Laie next to the university. So I support that. That will help address the affordable housing issues. But let's use ag land and ranch land for those purposes. And I think that's what the vast majority of people on this island want. So I believe I represent the majority.
All right. Well, let's give a chance to Richard to talk about what you see here, because I think a lot of people say they can't afford to live here, right?
Oh, absolutely. And this is a good stark contrast between my opponent and I, is what exactly is the future of our community going to look like. The Hawaii as a whole, and especially the North Shore, has become more and more a place just where the wealthy can afford to be, and nobody's looking out for the local community, those who are born and raised here, those who have ancestors that are buried here. And we need to make sure that that we're providing the opportunity for future generations to live in the place where they were born and raised, where they can go see where their parents and their grandparents and great-grandparents went fishing, went surfing, went swimming, and those are the opportunities that we need to make sure are available. And continually more and more housing is being taken out of the market because the people, just wealthy people from across the world who buy up homes here, and the local community gets left out. And that's where Envision Laie tries to step in to provide housing for the local community. And I think it's a contrasting difference. My opponent wants to protect the status quo, and I want to make sure our local community has a shot of being here.
Grace, if I could add, we have a lot of serious problems with affordable housing and rentals in this area. And one of them is the vacation rentals. That's gone rampant. It's out of control. And we really have to get vacation rentals under control, because that will bring a couple of thousand houses back online if we can do that. The military provides a tremendous strength and economy for our district. There's a lot of military people that live off post, and they're competing for housing too. So it's a complex issue that we have to address. But going right back to where is the housing supposed to be, the general plan for Oahu looks at all of Oahu, because we're on an island together, right? Mm-hmm. Where it has to be balanced, and everybody, I think, wants the balance. So development is meant to be targeted for the urban area where the infrastructure is in place. Our two-lane highway cannot support. Everybody knows you can't support. Nobody wants to drive around on weekends now because it's too crowded. And if you just add another 1,000 houses, it's going to adversely affect everybody in the region.
Okay, Richard, you talk about affordable housing. How do you achieve that in a way that people actually can afford it and it doesn't change the landscape of this community?
Well, that's a very good question, because what is affordable housing will depend upon the developing and growing relationship between those who are going to build the affordable housing and the regulators, the city and the state of Hawaii. There needs to be a close working relationship between those three entities to make sure that the projects that we do develop and put into our community work for everybody and not just for one particular group. There's certain requirements that are not clear yet from the city on what they're going to demand from the developer, and that's going to have a huge impact also from the requirements from the state. And we need to make sure that the state is looking out for the people, that the city's looking out for the people, and that the developer comes out with a project that actually meets the needs of the community out here.
All right, this is such a complicated issue, and I know it's a very emotional issue in this area, and the two of you have been very clear on where you stand on that, and I appreciate you guys coming here today to talk to us about it. So we've run out of time. I'm sorry. There's never enough time.
Well, that was fun. Thank you, Grace. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. But we do have Gil Riviere. He is the Democratic candidate, excuse me, and Richard Fale, the Republican candidate for Senate District 23. We want to say thank you to the two of them for coming in today. We'll be right back. You're watching Sunrise on the Road in Laie.